So, hello friends. Today we are starting another video, recording another video about wrapper class and functions of wrapper class and whatever the classes are there. Okay. So, wrapper class is basically nothing but uh, you have already been knowing that these int, byte, and these kind of primitive data types are there. 8 kind of primitive data types are there. So there we are having each primitive data type is having their own class in java.lang package. Java.lang package, you already know, you are in class 9 or 10 maybe. So you may be knowing that java.lang package is there, which is imported implicitly. It gets imported, you don't need to import that package. Okay, so java.lang package consists of many wrapper classes are there. uh, Whatever primitive data types we are using, each primitive data type is having its own wrapper class. For example we are writing na, that int a equals to 5. So this int is a primitive data type. This data type is already present in the program, we are using that. Okay, so that int is having its own class. Inside that class, this variable, this data type is there. That class name is integer. The class name is written like this. The name is given, you know that whatever the name is, you have to write that name only. Okay, so this is the actual name given to the class. Okay, int, the class name of int data type is integer. I is capital, for example, and for double it is D is capital and double, just D is capital. For float, F is capital. And for character, full C capital character is written. For char, the wrapper class is character, like this. C is capital and full character is like this written. Okay, so these are wrapper classes. Integer is a wrapper class, character is a wrapper class, double, float, these are wrapper classes. Long, byte, these all are wrapper classes. They are having their own wrapper classes. Okay, so not byte actually, but it is there in integer only. Okay, so long and these all things are having their wrapper classes. In java.lang package, these wrapper classes are there. Okay, so I think, hope you got that. Now let's go to autoboxing. What is autoboxing? Now wrapper class I told you. So the conversion of a primitive data type, for example int or anything, conversion of primitive data type into object of that equivalent class of that primitive data type. For example, I gave you the example of integer, so let's take the example of integer class only. Integer. Now integer is a class name, wrapper class name. Now if I write integer ob, so this ob is the object of this class. This class of this integer class, ob is the object of this integer class only. So now if I write now this ob equals to new integer. Now this object has been created, value has been, or memory has been assigned like this with the new keyword. Okay, then bracket open, if I write 5, so the object is holding the value 5. The object of integer wrapper class, the object of this integer wrapper class is holding the value 5. Okay, this is known as autoboxing. This is known as autoboxing, the conversion of primitive data type into an object of its equivalent wrapper class. Okay, wrapper class of integer is int is integer, and we are creating an object of this class, and we are assigning a integer value to it. So the integer value is converted to a object of that integer wrapper class only. Okay, so now unboxing is just the exact opposite to autoboxing, just the opposite. For example, I already wrote integer integer ob equals to new integer bracket open 5. Now if I write int a equals to ob, that means the value of ob was the variable it was storing was 5, means the constant was storing what 5, but the value it was storing was 5. Now that 5 is assigned to a, which is a primitive data type or a variable having primitive data type int. So just the opposite. Unboxing is just the opposite. You have seen the videos of unboxing of YouTube buttons. So like that, unboxing. Autoboxing is inside the object we are putting that integer value. Now unboxing is we are just taking out that integer value out of that object and storing it in its equivalent primitive data type. Just the opposite. Okay, exact opposite to autoboxing is unboxing. Okay, just the exact opposite. Just now converting object of a wrapper class into primitive data type. Okay, so now let's see something else also. So I already told you that integer is a wrapper class, double is a wrapper class, long is a wrapper class, double is also having its own wrapper class, float is also having its own wrapper class. So they are having some functions also. These are some functions of all those classes. For example, integer.parseInt, integer.parseInt, this function. What this function does is any string value if you pass here any string value, if it is a number but in the form of string it is present, inside the double quotes it is present, and if you pass to this function, then this integer dot parseInt will convert this 24 which is a string into 24 which is an integer. Okay, this value of also does the same thing, very same thing what I told you, just converts that string into integer. Just that both the functions are name are different, otherwise function is whatever it does is same. It also does the same. Integer dot value of in bracket string and integer dot parseInt in bracket string, both does the same thing. The same way long, double, float, they are also having their functions. Same function name, long dot parse long in string. Inside that it will also convert that string into long data type. Integer long dot value of string, that will convert that string into long data type. Like this double, that dot I gave because double is also same. Double dot parse double, same thing. The parse double, capital double in bracket string is there, so it will convert the string into double. Into double it will convert. Then float is also same thing is there. Float is same thing, just the same. Float dot parse float. Okay, float dot parse float, inside that string is given. String is written, that it will convert the string into float. Same way, and double dot value of inside that string is given. Okay, so those things are same. Just the wrapper class name you have to write, and after that, if this is parse function, then it will be integer dot parseInt, however we are writing, and if it is double, then double dot parse double. Same way, whatever we are doing is the same thing. Okay, so double and float are also same, otherwise I could have shown you here. It is exactly same. Okay, just need to remember that after dot, this letter V or P, those are small, V or P, those are small, and after that the letter which is starting like parse long, so that L is capital after parse. This L is capital, this O is capital. Okay, this is a convention that whenever a function name is written, after the first letter is small, and if it contains two words, the first word starts with a small letter and the second word starts with a capital letter. Okay, so like this is a just convention, just to remember, just to make it easy for you in the examination, just to remember I told you. Okay, then let us discuss something else also. I already told you character is also a wrapper class which consists of char data type, which we are using, char data type we are using na? char data type we are using, so that the wrapper class of this char is character, full form character is written, and these are functions of character wrapper class. These all are functions of character wrapper class. What it does is this letter character dot is letter, inside that bracket if you pass anything, any value or something, if you pass, for example, I have passed A, so it will just check whether this A is a letter or not, whether A is a letter or not. The value of A is a variable, okay? Here A is a variable. Otherwise, I could have written in single quotes. So A here is a variable. So the variable consists of a letter or not. It will check. It will return a Boolean result. A Boolean result. It will Boolean result. It will return. Boolean means, I think you know. Boolean means either it is true or false. These are not inside double quotes because these are primitive data types. These are not string. These are not string. This true and false are, these two are not string. If you write it in double quotes, those are string, but these two are not string. Boolean data type. These are Boolean data types, true and false. Okay. So character dot is letter, and inside this bracket, if you just enter anything, it will just check whether that is a letter or not. If it is a letter, then it will return true. If it is not a letter, it will return false. Same with this character dot is digit. It will check whether whatever is inside the bracket is a digit or not. If it is a digit, it will return true. If it is not a digit, it will return false. Okay, it becomes very easier to check whether it is a digit or letter if those kind of programs are there or given. Generally 9 or 10 this kind of programs are given for few marks, or these are in output based programming. So just to remember those functions, I discussing them. Okay, and this is the combination of the first two, that character dot is letter or digit. It will check whether it is the entered anything in the inside the double in the first brackets. If you enter anything, it will just check whether it is a letter or a digit. If anything becomes true, if it is either a letter or a digit, then it will be true. If it is something else, if it is a special character or something else, then it will return false. Okay, then character dot white space, it will check whether the entered thing is a white space or not. For example, you have written here a space, you have given inside a single quotes. In the first brackets you have given a space. It will check whether this is a space or not. If it is a space, it will return true. If it is not a space, something is there, a value is there, a variable is there, or maybe A is there, or anything is there, then it will return false, obviously. Okay, then character dot is lowercase. It will check whether the inside this first bracket whatever you have entered. See, uppercase and lowercase is always in character. Obviously 4 is not in uppercase or lowercase. 4 is 4, but A can be capital A or small a. So whether in single quotes whatever you have entered, it is in uppercase or in lowercase, it will check. It will check whether it is in lowercase or not. If it is in lowercase, it will return true. If it is in uppercase, it will return false. As simple as that. Same with the case with uppercase is uppercase, character dot is uppercase. It will check whether whatever you have entered, the character we have entered, is it in uppercase or not. If it is in uppercase, it will return true. It will return true. If it is not in uppercase, it will return it false. Okay, and these are little different. These are not Boolean functions. They will not return any true or false value. They will just convert. See, two, I think you know, character, you can just imagine, is means a question is being asked, and two means something is converted. So character dot is two is there. Okay, so character dot two lowercase means if something I have entered, for example small a, so it will just convert it into capital A. It will convert it into capital A. It will convert it. Sorry, I just told the opposite thing. Character dot two lowercase. It will, if I entered, for example, capital A, it will just convert it into small a. Lowercase it will convert, and just the opposite in case of this function, character dot to uppercase. That means if you enter, for example, small a, it will convert it into capital A. Okay, the result will be capital. So these are not boolean functions. They will not return any true or false. Just this two are not, last two are not boolean functions. Others are all boolean functions. They will return either true or false. So it becomes very easier. You don't need to check whether it is a letter or not, whether it belongs from 65 to 90 or not. These things you don't need to check. Direct you can use these functions, character dot is letter, character dot is digit, or character dot is letter or digit, character dot is white space, whether it is a white space or not. So this becomes very easier. So generally in the programming these are not used, or you can say you can use also, doesn't matter, but programming related to these functions don't come actually. It just it may be given like calculate or write the output of the programming, and in those programmings small short snippets are given, and in those snippets these functions may be used, and you may be told to write the output of the snippets. Okay, so it's very important in case of scoring good marks. In the first section you will find this kind of functions. These functions are there, and later we will discussing math function also. Okay, math function is also there in java.lang. Those also we will discuss. Mathematical functions are done, so we will discuss them in our next classes. So till then, stay safe. Bye bye. Thank you.